Welcome to yoga. Today we're going to focus on the hips to help them become more mobile and open. So let's get started. We'll begin standing, bringing your feet nice and wide with toes turned out. Now bring your thumbs to the inside of your thighs. Press into the hands, into the shoulders, and then sink as low as you can into the hips. So you want to feel a stretch in the inner thighs and the hips, but allow the shoulders to kind of slump and relax up into the ears. So you're creating this line of tension between the arms into the legs, and we'll create a little gentle rocking motion as we go. Slowly sliding, gliding, opening up the hips here. Begin to deepen your breath. See if you can fill up through the nose and then out through the mouth. And then we'll come back to center with an inhale, extend the legs, stretch the arms up overhead, big stretch and reach, and then you can look up to the ceiling. Take the toes now, turn them in toward one another. And with an exhale, tee your arms out to the side, start to fold forward, round down through the torso and release your head. Deep breaths in here as you fold forward. Now take a walk with the hands to the back of your mat. So start to walk your hands and then shift your weight down into your back hip, your back leg, and sit as low as you can. Then start walking your hands back through center and drop your weight to the front of your mat. And we'll glide back and forth here, exploring the hips, exploring the movement. Nothing needs to be any particular direction or way, so you just want to lengthen one leg and sit into the next. You're just starting to, again, explore this opening of movement. We'll take one more each direction. And now come right back to center. Release the hips up to the sky and then fold forward again one more time. Exhale. Good, now walk your hands up to the top of your mat, step forward, and then with an exhale again, round down, round forward into a forward fold. So let the spine release, drop your head and neck. Deep breaths in. Then placing your fingertips to the mat, take a big step back with your left foot. So left foot stepping back, right foot forward. Now drop your hips as deep as you can, still keeping your back knee lifted up and away from the mat. Sink the hips down toward the floor. Now lengthen your chest, look forward. With an exhale, push through the fingertips, extend through the front leg. Tip your torso forward and try to reach and stretch through the legs. Keep your fingertips to the floor. With an inhale now, we'll come forward. Push in the fingertips, lift the chest. Exhale, press back, tuck the chin and chest. Inhale, come forward. And then one more time again, exhale, now extend and reach. Try to drop your back heel as close to the floor as you can. And now exhale, step forward, round down, and release again into forward fold. Really let your head relax. And now we'll keep your left foot forward. Take a big step back with your right foot. Again, balancing up on your back toes. Now drop deeply into the hips, keeping your back knee lifted. Press in the fingertips, lift your chest forward. Feel a stretch through your back hip. Keep pressing the chest. And exhale, now extend the legs, but fold the torso forward. Inhale again, shift forward, press in the fingertips, lengthen the torso. Exhale, press the hips back. Lengthen the hips up high. Again, inhale, come forward. And then one more time, exhale, press the hips to the sky. Good, shift forward again. This time exhale, step forward and round and release into a forward fold. Good, now bend your knees to plant your hands on the mat. Take 2 big steps back, and then with an exhale, push your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. So press into the hands, lift your hips high, just trying to stretch and reach up through the whole body. We'll settle in here for a breath. Now with an inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky, but then bend your knee. Lift your knee up high, start to twist and open the torso. Big stretch so you're opening the hip. As much as you can, keep lifting your knee to the sky. Exhale, now come forward. Bring your knee to your nose and then step up to your right thumb. Coming as close to your thumb as you can. Now press into your hands again. We're gonna send your right leg back. Big inhale, open, right back into the twist. Right knee up high, breathe in. Exhale, come forward one more time, knee to nose, and step up to your right thumb. Now stay lifted through your back toes with an inhale. Rise your torso upward, fingertips to the sky. Coming into a nice tall lunge, into a crescent lunge. Bend into your front knee, lengthen up through your torso, and then pull your back knee up and away from the ground. Try to keep your legs positioned exactly as they are. With an exhale, tip the torso forward. So you're leaning into the chest as you sweep your arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And maybe bend a little bit deeper. Begin to shift your weight forward. Try to push through your front leg. Now lift your back leg up. Coming into an airplane here. So extend the arms back. Keep pushing through the standing leg. Balance is tricky. You can always find yourself wobbling, but see if you can come back slowly into the balance. Now softly bend the front knee with control. Step back and release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Stretch high into your crescent lunge. And now exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Step all the way back through, and then exhale, come into your downward facing dog. Deep breaths in. Now once again, sweep your leg to the sky. This time your left leg up with an inhale. Now bend your knee. Start to open your hip. Reach nice and high. Again, a big twist. And exhale, come forward, knee to nose. Step up to your left thumb. So you're still in a nice low lunge here. Now sweep your left leg back and up and open. So left knee lifts, keep lifting, opening the hip. Drop your right heel to the floor. And now exhale, come forward, step up to your left thumb. Stay lifted high in your back toes. With an inhale, sweep and reach. Fingertips to the sky, into a crescent lunge. Good, deep breaths in. Now exhale, start to sweep the hands back. Fold your torso forward to the top of your thigh. Maybe bend a bit deeper. Now start to shift your weight and then push through your standing leg. You're lifting your back leg. Breathe. Again, try to really push down to find your balance. Stare at one spot that doesn't move. Then we're gonna slowly start to bend. Release back, and with an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, coming into your crescent lunge. Extend and reach. And then exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Step all the way back and through. And then your next exhale, again, push into your downward facing dog. Just hold here and breathe. Now with your next inhale, sweep and lift your right leg up to the sky. Stretch and reach into a one leg down dog. Now exhale, come forward, bring your knee up to your nose, shift your weight and step up directly between your thumbs. Now drop your back heel down at a belated angle. And with an inhale, push into your front knee, open up the torso, cartwheel the arms, and then come into a warrior two. So you'll be sinking down into the front leg, pushing strong into the back, and then we'll find the hips working for us as we slightly try to open the front knee. Good, hold strong here in your warrior two. Now, as you're holding the legs there, with an inhale, take your top arm, reach up and back and find a back bend here into reverse warrior. So keep it lengthening, reaching up, and try to maintain the bend in your front knee. Good, and now exhale, you're gonna cartwheel your hands down, frame the right foot, spin up on your back toes, and then take a big exhale and step all the way back and through to your downward facing dog. Again, deep breaths. Now inhale again, sweep your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, come forward, bring your knee to your nose, and again, step up directly between your thumbs. Drop your back heel down again at an angle. Bend into your front knee, and now with an inhale, rise up with the torso, cartwheel the arms up and open, and then sink down into your warrior two. So again, deep bend in the front leg, nice and straight, and long back leg. Think about just a slight draw in of the legs together, so you're kind of squeeze in through the inner thighs as you hold here. Now drop your back hand down with an inhale, scoop and lift your top arm up, again into that back bend, keeping the bend into your front knee. One more deep breath in. And again, exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot, spin up on your back toes, and again, exhale, step back, release into downward facing dog. Just hold here for a moment, feeling that big extension all the way up through the body, lifting your hips high. Be active in your hands and press into the mat. Then exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. You bring your knees wide and toes to touch. And then we'll sit the hips back and release down into a child's pose. So melt the body and release. Now inhale and start to rise yourself up. We're gonna come and take a seat down on the mat. Bring your right leg in front of you. So you want your right leg to be bent about 90 degrees at the knee, and then mimic that same thing with your back leg, so left leg shooting out to the side. So we're folded at both 90-degree angles with the legs. Place a hand on both your knee and your ankle. Press your chest up nice and tall, so the length in your spine. Then with an exhale, start to fold at the hips. start to release your spine, and then we can release the hands, bringing the arms forward and trying to lower as far down as you can. Drop the belly, drop the chest, and then drop the head. Exhale here, and we'll rest into this deep stretch. Now inhale and begin to rise yourself up. Lean into your front leg and then pull your back leg up and forward. We'll switch your positions of the legs. So again, back leg is trying to mimic that 90 degrees, as is the front. Bring your hands again to your ankle and your knee, turning your chest over top of your shin. Now start to fold and hinge at the hips, and then release the hands around your spine and release once again into your fold. And again, inhale, start to rise yourself upward. Bringing your back leg forward. Then sit back, bring your feet wide, and we're gonna drop both knees down to one side or the same side. Really trying to drop your knee in, and now roll back through center and then drop your knees to the other side. Once again, wipe the one direction and the other. And again, we'll do it one more time each. All right, then come to the center of your mat. Grab the backs of your thighs. You're just gonna hold on and start to slowly lower yourself and releasing down onto the mat. So we're gonna slowly lower. And then once we do, let your arms rest down by your sides, feet to the floor. And take a deep breath in. Now cross your right leg over top of your left, and you're going to try to wind it as tightly as you possibly can. Then draw your knees up into the chest so your feet are off the floor, and you're going to grab for the closest thing you can. So it might just be your shins, or maybe you can reach to the ankles. And you're going to try to draw the heels or the ankles in towards you. And again, find a little squeeze here. So this should be a pull and a stretch through your right outer hip. Now hold in, and just release and breathe. When you're down on the mat, it's a nice time just to close your eyes. Concentrate on the depth of your breath. And now exhale, release your hands, release your feet. Then we'll unwind the right leg. And now cross the left leg over, winding again as tightly as you can. Again, draw the knees in toward your chest, pull your feet off the floor, and grab for your shins or your ankles, and again, pull in toward the body. Looking for that stretch and pull now into your left hip. And we'll go ahead and exhale now, release the feet again. And then bring the feet to the outside edges of your mat. Drop the knees again into that wiper motion, so both knees to one side. Pull back through center and drop them to the other side. Once again, up through center and release. And one more time up through center, release again. Now return your feet down to the mat. And cross your right ankle over top of your left thigh. Lift your left foot off the floor just for a moment to draw the knees in as close as you can to your body. Then start to rotate and release your legs now down to the left. So your right leg is coming and pulling across the body. Taking your left hand then to your right knee, you can just give yourself a nice little weight or a little pull. And then we'll extend the right arm out and up toward the ceiling. So palm is up. And find some nice deep breaths here. We're in a supine twist, but really trying to feel that stretch and pull through your hip, through your glutes. So coming down your right side. Once again, feel that release. You can close your eyes. And inhale then, draw your right arm back, pull your knees back through center, release your right foot, and then we'll replace that. So left foot comes up to your right thigh, legs lift, draw in towards your body, and now let both legs fall over to the right hand side. And this time, your right hand, which will be the closest hand, onto your knee. Then stretch your left arm out with palm up to the ceiling. Again, rest here and breathe. And inhale, draw your legs back to center, returning your left arm down by your side. Release both feet to the floor. Now bring the feet in toward one another. Start to drop your knees open wide and the soles of your feet in together. making a diamond shape with the legs. With an inhale, now sweep your arms up overhead, stretch your fingertips to the ceiling, and then reach your arms overhead and rest one hand in the other, creating a diamond shape with your upper body as you're doing with the lower. Find a deep breath and really inhaling up through the front side body, from the belly all the way up into the chest. And with an exhale, draw your knees into center as you bring your arms around, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, pulling them in towards your belly. Now take a deep breath in so your belly expands and pushes into your thighs. And then exhale to release your air. Again, inhale, expand the belly. And this time with your exhale, release, so your legs release, your arms release, everything is nice and long on the mat, and we'll fall into a Shavasana, a nice resting pose. So here, let your feet fall open, have your palms up to the ceiling, close your eyes. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale and release the air out. We'll just lie here for a few moments, being still. Try not to fidget or move and feel restless. When the time comes, I will cue you out of your Shavasana. Now begin to take a deeper inhale. Wiggle through your toes and fingers. Then circle through your wrists and ankles. Now with a big inhale, point your toes and then stretch your arms up all the way overhead, reaching through the whole body. And with your exhale, start to turn and roll to one side, curling up into a tiny ball. Then gently press yourself up to a seated position. And from here, we'll take one big breath together. So sit up nice and tall, and with a big inhale, stretch your arms out. Inhale, reach all the way up, fingertips to the sky. And then with an exhale, breathe out of your mouth, seal your hands, and bring your hands all the way down to heart center. Thank you for joining me to move and open up your hips. I hope you're feeling a bit more mobile. Until next time.